Hi, welcome back to the Cosmic Temple and Aquarius Rising. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. My turtle is also sorry. Uh, Life happens. Life happens, and sometimes it happens hard and fast, and you forget to post things and to do the things and post the things. So, this is the problem with having an Aries in Aries season running the charts for Love, Look, and Money. But it's okay. We are going to get through it. Thanks for being patient. Uh, let's go ahead and talk about your chart for Aries season. So, Sun enters Aries into your third house along with Saturn, Neptune, Venus, and the Moon. The third house typically refers to our education, our early childhood, especially when it comes to think grade school here, so K through 12. It also can refer to our neighbors, our siblings, if you have any siblings. If you don't have any siblings, these could be your closest friends. I think there are new things on the horizon. Maybe it's time to pick up a new study, maybe a certification. Maybe it's time to return back to school. Do it while you still have the energy to do it and the time if you have the time. Also, this could refer to neighbors. Neighbors are close friends, like we talked about. I think you have a lot of people that I'm not going to say that they feel awkward around you, but maybe there are people that are not as in the best state around you. And it happens time to time. Sometimes, we get people that we hold to us very dear, and they may be going through things that we do not know about, and that kind of puts them in a mindset that they are not beneficial to be around. It's one of those things that happens in life. When it comes to Mars and Mercury, your Mars and Mercury are in the second house. Mercury is now out of retrograde, thankfully, and we are both planets are still in Pisces. So here, I think there is a need for things to move forward. That is finally starting to happen, even though it's happening a little bit awkwardly. Mars and Mercury are not at their best in Pisces, but they're still trying to get things going and flowing. There is a connection between your Mars and your Jupiter, Jupiter being in your sixth house. So maybe there is a drive to and when it comes to resources, self-worth. A lot of people like to look at the second house as the money house, but that's not always true, especially when it comes to the significator of your money. In this case, for money being part of exchange, we look at Mercury. Mercury is moving forward, so your finances are probably going to have a little bit of a boost moving forward. But remember, it's also in Pisces, and Pisces tends to be a little nebulous. So keep that in mind. That the money is coming. You may want it to come sooner than later, but you just have to give it time to get out of this nebulous state. And when it does, it will probably flow in a way that is best connected for you. And also, don't forget to give time, because the other thing too, with your Mars being connected to your Jupiter is in your sixth house, and that is one of your houses of service. It can also be one of your houses of work or unpaid work, grunt work. Think of it like that. So it may be a good time to use your resources to help with service. Sometimes you might be like for a church or sitting with an elder, or taking care of your one of your neighbor's kids. I'm not by taking care, I mean like babysitting, unless you have to like foster them or something. That's something you have to figure out on your own. But either way, so that is your reading for your sign, or your sign, your chart reading for April, not for April, for Aries season. I cannot talk today, you guys. Oh, one other important thing, because Aquarius, your significator for the chart is Saturn, and Saturn is in your third house. Saturn is in fall in Aries, and what we mean by fall is it's not in its most comfortable state. It may feel a little bit lost. It may feel like it doesn't have much control here. But one of the things to remember, because Saturn just entered Aries, you may be feeling like this for a little while. I would not say that this is something that is going to be detrimental. It's just going to feel uncomfortable. And then also because it's going to be mostly in your third house. Think of those third house things like we talked about: education, travel, communication. So this might be something where you have to consider maybe uh, finding new ways to communicate. Maybe it requires you to scale back a little because Saturn is very much about restriction and limitation, but it's also about discipline. So if you're trying to go back to school, this may be asking you to be disciplined about whatever it is you're trying to study. All right, so enough of that being said, let's go ahead and do our love, luck, and money. So one card each, one card for love, one card for luck, one card for money. And here we go. Oops, there we go. All right, so interestingly enough, because I've been pulling this card a lot, so maybe I'm gonna have to do a separate talk about this card in particular. So love for you is the Page of Swords. Luck is the Ace of Pentacles. And money is the Hermit, strangely enough. Okay, so let's start with the Hermit. I find that one kind of like the most interestingly because we talked about how your Mercury and Mars is in the second house and how Jupiter is connected to your Mars. And sometimes with, when I said before, the money is coming, it just might be a little nebulous. This is kind of that card that's telling you maybe you need to take a step back from whatever pursuits that you're trying to do, especially when it comes to your resources. Maybe you're trying to use your money in a certain way. But also with the Hermit is also about self-analysis and study. Sometimes you have to back off in order to understand who you are and what are your motives for doing the actions that you are trying to make. So keep that in mind. Let's go to love, which is the first card. So that's our Page of Swords. And I've actually probably pulled this up in a couple of the other readings. So if you want to check those out, they are also up on the page. When it comes to love, Page of Swords is kind of that having that conversation that may kick up some dust, but also remember that sometimes these conversations have to be had. Sometimes you need to have these conversations to initiate change, and also you have to be logical enough to understand what it is that you're about to talk about and how that could affect the person that you are talking to. Okay, and considering that the Page of Swords is in terms of love, and you might want to look at, for you, where does that fall in your chart for love? You can always look at your 7th house. You can also look at your 5th house when it comes to love and relationships. Your 7th house being your one-on-one partnership, so that's not always romantic love. That can be platonic, that can be familial, that can be your business, that can be your ops, those one-on-one relationships. And then also with the 5th house typically refers to romantic love, lovers, and also can be children as well. When it comes to this Page of Swords, take note as into how you communicate with the people that may be in that type of field, especially when it comes to your relationships, your one-on-one relationships, your romantic relationships. In terms of where that would fall in your chart, I feel like this would probably be more on the romantic relationships, but if you feel like that does not resonate for you, let me know in the comments. And if it does resonate for you, let me know in the comments, okay? And then when it comes to, let's see, love, money, yep. So let's talk about luck, and luck is the Ace of Pentacles. So I actually like this card for luck. I would have liked it even more if it was for money. But when it comes to the Ace of Pentacles, this is support. So think of this as like, this is God and the universe being here. Have this nice shiny thing. It's for you. Do whatever you want with it. This is your lucky thing. And in this case, that lucky pentacle could be some extra money popping in. So in this sense, I feel like maybe there's going to be a boon to your resources. So look out for that. Let me know if you get it in the comments. If you didn't get it in the comments, also let me know. And, you know, we can figure it out. Where did that lucky boon hit you? You can always look into my Etsy shop. The link is going to be in the description. But Aquarius Rising, that is your love, luck, and money reading. I hope this helps. Apologies for it being late, but outside of that, take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.